It's going down like this, motherfucker.
This shit is crazy. The following
Nigga get mad. Say, motherfucker, what you mean you ain't gonna let me in this funky joint? Much money I done spent in here, nigga. I knew your mama when she was hoeing. Hump, baby. Shit, bet I do it over time. Say that, nigga. Shit. Bar, bet the bar, off time. Shit, boy, I'm trying to make me some money. Boy, I'm hungry as a hog need. Slap Jesus. Shit, gotta be a Jesus, cause too many black folks.
For what he has, he says that the only way that we can solve our problem is to unite together among ourselves, among our own kind, clean ourselves up, rid ourselves of the evils that we've become addicted to here in this society, and try and...
Yes, he destroy black boys. If you destroy him as a boy, he'll never become a man. Yes, he destroy black boys. If you destroy him as a boy, he'll never become a man.
This ain't loud enough. I'm still trying. This ain't loud enough. I'm still trying.
I just left a light in this. I just left a light in this bitch.
Fuck up. Move the fuck back.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Well. Gotta get a piece of mind.
Joe Vij. He looked down, seen his feet, the nigga went berserk, killed the monkey, threw the bat out the window, start kicking that bitch in the air.
Say anyway, but I will. The way quantum entanglement works is that you can take two particles, quantum entangle them, and then take those two particles and move them at any distance in the cosmos. And let's just say, for example, if you quantum entangle two electrons and you have them spinning in the same direction, and then you take one of those electrons and you shoot that thing out 100,000 light years from the original. If you then rotate the spin on the one electron, if you modify it so that its spin changes, the quantum entangled electron at any distance will simultaneously in no time switch its rotation also, because they're quantum entangled. So these communication systems are taking advantage of this aspect of quantum mechanics that most people can't wrap their heads around, and this is what they're utilizing. It's just the new level of science that affords us the ability to communicate at any distance instantaneously.
Can you?
You don't understand. Cool enough, just being cool, like I am.
I mean, TikTok. A lot of the white content creators on TikTok get all of their dances from the black content creators.
You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? Yes. I think very deeply.
Dance with me. Dance with me. Oh yeah.
Damn white boys out there. Most of them is psychopaths and all that. They'll kill your mama's mama. And
decent white folk that still don't know they're racist.
What the hell you want here, hunky?
Don't know me what it mean to be rude. I don't mean to be out of line. I mean to be rude. I don't mean to be out of line.
lines are still open. Oh shit, you can get it, nigga. You wanna get it?
I think we OD'd.
Doing styles on them like it's common. My word, can't be my equal. That's the difference when you're my word. That's how it is.
The Chinese platform, you already know they don't give a fuck about your black. The Chinese platform, you already know they don't give a fuck about your black.
Used to snort cocaine, now I fiend for the check, yeah. Used to
Heavy, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I come in. I hit the loot juice, it pulls up in the heavy, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I come in. I hit the loot juice, it pulls up in the nigga.
I got to tell you, you go to the history of European civilizations, 250 years is how long they last before they implode because of their greed, because of their violence, because of an inability to let others be, including themselves. If they didn't have brown and black people to hate, they would hate themselves.
Lean and buck, lean, buck, lean and buck, lean, lean and buck, lean and buck.
To the east. Greetings. This is Big Pontiac, and welcome to the Chocolate Mountain Show. I am the holder of the infinite sacred ball game that was created by the Hero Twins, and I am that one and only Galactic Daddy-O, welcoming each and every one of you to my galactic patio that reaches from Minnesota to the universe. Well, I guess that's my motherfucking cue to come on in, and you know how I get down if you watch me enough. Which, the ones that do, you do know how I get down. So you know right now what part of the show is. And you should get prepared for those of you that are going to join me. So it should be no surprise that I pull out the best beer you can buy, which is Great Lakes Elliott Ness. They don't pay me to say it. I'm just telling you I'm a beer expert. Been drinking beer since I was, 15? So expert. And this is by far the finest ale in the land. So pop them if you got them. And of course, what would an Elliott Ness be without having your favorite Killian glass? And just look at that. Oh, you heard that when it first went in, and you're feeling teased. And you're sitting there, and you're thinking about whatever you think about, and you just look at this refreshing beer, and you just really think, you wish you could be me right now. You wish you could be me sitting here in my finest all, and just being here about to drink this delicious ambrosia. You just wish you could be here right now, trading places. And we are still, what did I say this shit is on the back? Jungle Boys. Jungle Boys. Sour apple killer. Smoke them if you want them. That's gonna put some shit on my mind. Oh, what can I talk about other than we got a little bit of snow, which it is going on the Fizif, and we don't have any snow up here. It spit a little bit earlier, but nothing to call real snow. And damn, where was that place we ate? Man, where did we eat today? I brought all my stuff up here so I could look at the card. No, we gave the card away. Because I think somebody gave us a dinner and it was like $150 and we probably spent like 90 or 100. It was really good. They had some shit called macaroni with crab in it. Baked macaroni with crab, baby. And I don't usually like Brussels sprouts, but they was okay. I ate a couple of them. Brussels sprouts just got a flavor I just can't get into. I don't care you put garlic. That shit is nasty. Anyway, I like cabbage. I don't like Brussels sprouts. I'm a bitter liking mug, but that vegetable bitter, like I don't like beets either. And they call beets sugar beets. You know, they're sugar beets. But beets are some nasty shit too. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Y'all, so, well, this is the part of the show where we welcome all the nice people that are nice enough to watch my shit. So, you know the thing, for the next few minutes, whatever it takes, I'm going to introduce each and every one to a grand entrance. And so first on there is PJ Allen, my main man. And I know he can always control
my bitches. You saying you can't control your bitches? What?
And to be up this late, you only got to have
vision.
And he is funky enough where he will join me on the Galactic Patio doing the one, the only. Would you like to dance with me doing the cosmics? And he also knows there's only one rule.
Don't touch my truck.
Don't touch my truck. And you are here for me to take you. So I can take you higher, baby. Lobo, I was just watching my man Lobo. If you are not subscribed to Lobo, if you like sports content and NFL picks with some different minds that know the games are rigged but want to make some money, I say subscribe to Lobo. I was watching his live earlier, and I know he definitely has.
Got to have vision.
And I know he would join me on the Galactic Patio doing the... Would you like to dance with me doing the cosmic song? It must be like, ooh, ah. Like, how'd you go to the studio? It'd be like, hey, what do you want us to do, George? Just go, ooh, ah. Yeah, keep going, ooh, ah. But there's only one rule.
Don't touch my truck.
And everybody's here so I can take you. So I can take you higher. Oh, let's see. Jamar, 3224, what's happening? And I know you definitely got to have
vision.
And I know you would definitely join me on the Galactic Patio. Would you like to dance with me doing the cosmic? And there's only one rule on the Galactic Patio.
Don't touch my truck.
Leave that F-150 alone, but we know why everyone is here. We are here so I can... I am here to take you higher, baby. Royal Bell, what is happening? You know I'm going through it. And I know you definitely got to have
vision.
And when I'm on the Galactic Patio, I do not dance alone. Would you like to dance with me? Ooh, ah. And there's only one rule, leave that F-50 alone.
Don't touch my truck.
Don't touch that F-150, but we are all here to. So I can take you higher. Oh, next up is my man from the SIP, Lorenzo. 228. And I know you've got
to have vision.
And I know you got no problem getting down on the galactic patio.
Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic slide.
And I know you will follow the one and only rule. Leave that F-50 alone.
Don't touch my truck.
Don't touch my truck, but I know you are here like everyone else, so I can take you. I'm giving you that Sly Stone from Woodstock. Oh, you know how I do it. Oh, let me see. It's okay. I just said what's up to everybody. What's up? Crabiani is bomb. Oh yeah, Crabiani. Oh man, what is the name of this place? This place was out in Roseville. Let me tell you the name. This shit was good. I got a sliced ribeye sandwich. Shit. I mean, sliced. I mean, this was meaty in the motherfucker. It's sloppy, but I had to add barbecue and all that shit. And I had a salad, but the food was good. I'd like to get a place props. Let me find it. Roseville. Oh. In Roseville. Here we go. It'll probably come up. Applebee's. Nope. More places. Let's see. Not that place. No. Crave. Crave has good food too. Not that place. Lucky 13. They got a Lucky 13 out there? I didn't know that. I live by a Lucky 13. Now, Pizza Lucci is good. You come to Minnesota, get some Pizza Lucci. Pizza Lucci is good. No, I think that place. Ain't this place. Damn. Seemed like it would be in order. Start with a B. But that shit was good, motherfucker. Now Famous Dave's. Why? That shit ain't even in Roseville. Oh, okay. It's St. Paul. Technically Roseville. It's kind of like Bunkeride. It wasn't that. Here it is. Let me show you this motherfucking place. If you come here, this place is good. Man, I think I can find it on here. Let's see. How you spell it? Yeah. Here we go. See if they show some pictures of this motherfucker, man. Yeah, this is the motherfucking place we went. I mean, it's gonna cost you a little bit, but the food is outstanding. The food is good. It's basically what it looked like. You sit in at big ass tables or little booths and shit. I sat in a booth like this, like back here. I don't know what this shit is. What does it say? I don't know what this shit is, but they got bacon in it, and that bacon is good in the motherfucker. Damn, that's what it looked like. I'm glad I didn't get it. That's a big motherfucker. They ain't have onion rings. So for those of you that don't like meat, there goes some shit right there for you. I don't know what the fuck this is. Bloody Mary, maybe? That's their 7 wings. I don't know what the fuck that is. But yeah, it's just a smooth place, however your pimping is. Whatever your pimping is up to. They had a couple TVs. I watched the game. This is them damn, whatever them nasty motherfuckers is called. I mean, if you like these motherfuckers, this is good. The taste at the end gets me on these motherfuckers. But it's good. I'll say it's more me than the food not being good. I just don't like them motherfuckers. I don't know what the fuck this is, but it looks good. But bald mirror, yeah. So I want to get him some props. That's what we ate tonight. We ate. It was good. I grubbed. mm. mm. You got to put honey and bacon on the Brussels. Brussels. Oh, that ain't gonna do it. That ain't gonna do it. That ain't gonna do it to me. You got to put more than that on that motherfucker. That last taste. I got a pretty even. Yeah. So Trevor Lawrence. Right now, they just saying it's an ankle sprain. They didn't even say a high ankle sprain. I think it was more of an ankle sprain. Because the problem was when the dude stepped on him, it made his leg give and it made him fall awkwardly. But it looked like from, the early indications after the game, right up to the last thing I looked up, it said just sprained ankle. So, because matter of fact, he was only doubtful to return. He wasn't, totally said he couldn't replay. Skull L Reborn. I'm a Rue Khan. What's happening? And I know up this late, you got to have
vision.
And I know you would join me on the Galactic Patio.
Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic swap.
And there's only one rule. Leave that F50 alone.
Don't touch my truck.
And you, and everyone else is here for me to take you. So I'm here to take you higher, baby. Look at this scene though. So it's I didn't want to think that some of you dark folks can't go in. You darkies can go in too. That's what I was looking at. We walk up, my girl's like, "Damn, did I dress up?" And so because we saw the people left, and then a brother and a sister came out, and I was like, "Yeah, I think we're dressed okay." I mean, they got this kind of shit, got this kind of looking shit. So. Whatever this shit is, it's good. Their food is good. I don't know what that is. Somebody's wedding dress. So the food was good. I had a good time. Whoa. What did I do? That said, did something. Something made a noise. Oh, it turned on my pictures. Okay. I don't really need that right now. Don't need that right now. I tell you, did you see the Pacers Celtics play? No, I didn't. I watched a football game. Before I came up here, I was watching the Kings. The Kings lost to the Pelicans. So that's what I was watching. When the football game ended, matter of fact, when it was like they was taking breaks, I was going over to the Pelican game. So I didn't see that game. Carboni is the bomb. Okay. I think we got one. Yeah, Carboni is good. I've been to Carboni too. At first I didn't mess with them Brussels. They look like shit the Gremlins has. Oh yeah, I can't eat. I tasted it because she's like, taste one. Because like when we was getting our food, because she ordered like 3 little plates. So I just like taste one to see if it made a difference. I ate a couple, but yeah, that ain't my thing at all. It was good too. Okay. Indiana balling. Oh, yeah. It wasn't the step on his lineman. It was more the way he fell. His ankle went under him. Yeah, but put a lot of weight as he was falling. He put a lot of weight on it, and they were saying, it didn't look like he could. They didn't take him out on the cart, which was surprising that he tried, to limp off. A lot of times they just put him on the cart. So I don't know. And, I still reflecting on, when we look at everything, we talked about this last night, it's still kind of bogus what they did to Florida State. And they've done this before. People forget. Remember, they kept out, Florida International? Remember, they didn't get ranked and they was undefeated and they said they did their own national championship. So, and they're afraid of like the blowout they had at TCU. TCU shouldn't have been in there anyway. But they put them in there. And so that is why. But remember this. Alabama brings good ratings, Alabama, Michigan is going to be the highest rated game of the season, no doubt. And I think we can pretty confidently say the winner of that game will probably win it all. You know, I think Michigan is still the strongest team. I think I think Michigan is still give a. I'm picking Michigan to win too. I still think it's Michigan, Washington, a replay of the '97 championship. Michigan winning it all. But that game is going to go off the charts as far as the ratings. That's going to be a crazy ratings game. I mean, everybody's going to be watching that game. And, you know, they're going to make, you know, that game is going to be as much anticipated as the Super Bowl this year. And really, the championship game is going to be a letdown from Michigan, Alabama. The championship game is going to be a letdown from that game. So this is the real championship, is when Michigan plays Alabama. But Washington should beat Texas. I think Washington should beat Texas. I would just say, speed-wise, it's going to be a little tough for Washington. I don't think they've fires overall skill positions speed-wise. They're gonna it's gonna be a few different athletes, especially in some skill positions. So we'll see. We'll see. And the problem with Texas is, can Texas, when Washington driving down the field, you know, Washington can be scored on. So I still think Bama takes it against Texas. Okay. CWE, what's happening? UFC. Yeah, UFC is 17. That's right. And to be up this late, I know you definitely got
to have vision.
And I know you would join me doing the Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic swap. And there's only one rule.
Don't touch my truck.
Don't touch my truck. And we are here. But I think it's going to probably, I'm going to say this right now, that game is going to break all previous college ratings. It's going to be the highest rated, football game in a long time. And as I said, the championship is going to be a letdown from that. I think Michigan, I really think it's going to be, you know, from 97, a replay of 97. You know, where you had the co-champions, Michigan, Washington. That's, you know, I'm sticking to that. And now it's really playing out like that. And see, that's why I think they're gonna fix it for Washington and Michigan. I think both to win. So, and I don't think Washington's gonna need a whole lot of help. I think Washington's gonna beat Texas. I'm already saying that. Texas is probably gonna give Washington the most challenge, but I just think overall Washington has a better team, and they definitely have a better defense. Texas defense is sus. So, but they got them brothers in the back end that like running with fast dudes. I like that, them fast DBs. So, but it's wrong what they did. You know, the merit of Florida State should have been in. Again, look, when Clemson go undefeated, Clemson make it, right? If Clemson's undefeated and Clemson's in the ACC, right? When Clemson won it a couple years ago, and Clemson been in the championship the last 10 years, they've been in championship 3-4 times. Clemson is from the ACC. So you're telling me if Clemson was undefeated, Clemson wouldn't have won the title game, quarterback hurt or not. Think about it like that. Clemson is in the ACC. And you telling me if Clemson was undefeated, that Clemson would get stepped over. Do you see how unfair this is? If it was Clemson, Clemson would still be in it. They wouldn't be pushing Clemson out for these teams that's defeated. That's what's messed up. If it was Clemson, Clemson would be in. So I said 2 nights ago they would put Alabama or Georgia in. They did it. They did them dirty. Mahomes from Texas Tech won. Texas Tech won Super Bowl 57. Texas Rangers won over Arizona. KD played at Texas. He plays for Arizona team. Phoenix Suns national championship. Houston, Texas will be in the. Okay, I like that breakdown in the national. Okay, I like that breakdown. It's going to be against Michigan. It's going to be against Michigan, but I'm still staying with the 97. I'm still staying with that. I just watched the Heisman finalist candidate. If Michael Penix Jr. wins the Heisman, it'll be Washington first Heisman Trophy winner in program history. I hope he doesn't win, because if he wins the Heisman, they won't win the game. So I don't think they're going to let him win the Heisman in the game. I hope he don't win. He probably will, though, but I hope he doesn't. If he wins the Heisman, they definitely going to lose. So that's the prediction I'll say right now. If he wins the Heisman, they ain't going to win. If Jordan Travis was healthy, FSU would have got in. I don't think it should matter. I don't really think it should matter. They won a couple games without him. They won their last game without him. So I don't know. I still think it's wrong. And I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. What you're saying is absolutely right. You know, that's right. And because of TCU is the biggest reason why they did this, was through TCU last year, their performance. But they were stupid to put TCU in there. I mean, you know, we already knew TCU wasn't a strong team. And I think Florida State is a little better team than what TCU was. Oh, yeah. As he said, I'm pissed about it. I agree. You should be. They probably rigging it for Saban again. I don't know. I think they're going to give it to Michigan. All the suspensions and stuff, all the shaming. A lot of times when they shame you like that, they'll give it to you in the end. It's all about Texas. I don't know. Jaden Daniels will probably win the Heisman. Yeah, that's a good point. He probably will. And he should. He should. That's why if Nix will beat Texas then. If Nix doesn't, that's all I'm saying. If Nix doesn't win, then I'm still definitely saying they're gonna beat Texas. And I'm not, you know, I'm saying your work is good, CWE, but I still just look at the way they're setting it up, and to me, it's 97. To me, that's what supersedes any of this is the 97 year and the co-champions. And you know, to kind of settle who the real champion would have been if they played. So TCU is Texas team too. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're a Texas team too. But they weren't very good last year. Exactly. And they weren't very good this year. Colorado beat them. Which was a shame. And, you know, and it's funny. Deion deserved to win what he won. It's funny that they you know, a lot of people, but Deion brought interest to all of college. He brought a fresh interest that the casual fan really didn't pick up on. I mean, you had a lot of brothers buying that equipment, that gear, the CU Prime Nike gear. And rightly so. This shit is cool. And so, you know, we all like it's no difference than when motherfuckers was wearing the Georgetown hats and the Georgetown starters. It's pretty much the same thing. So, you know, a brother coaching and, you know, mostly brothers on the field, on the team. So it's the same kind of hype. So it was good. It was a good injection of something new. Something new that we knew the script was, but from a different actor. And an actor that most people liked anyway. And people forget, like when you're an actor in that high level, I mean, it's easy for you to fit any script they asking you to fit. Right? And we know he's paid for. I mean, you ain't getting in these commercials without being paid for. He done sold his children into it too. Got his children, you know, eating chicken and shit. So, you know, it ain't nothing they can do. And, you know, I already showed that Deion wore the dress. You know, Deion wore the dress too. Don't forget that. You know, you can look up. I showed that. You can go back to a couple weeks ago. I showed Deion in the dress. So we already know he'll bend over. He'll go in them rooms. You know, he had a little hit. Do you know that song that he sang, Must Be the Money, wasn't his song. He copied somebody else's song. National title. It might be Michigan year. They haven't won in a while. Yeah, they ain't won since 97. And, you know, I look at it too is Bo Schembechler never won it. Mueller, was it Mueller that won it after him? One of his assistants ended up winning, but Bo never won it. You know, Bo got close, but Bo never won it. I think this is another salute to Bo Schembechler too. That's another reason why I think, because Schembechler coached, you know, whatever the fuck his name is, Harbaugh. He coached Harbaugh. So I think this is kind of for Bo Schembechler too. That's what I look at it as them finally, you know, paying off for Bo Schembechler. So I don't know if y'all considered that. Win so much. They definitely do. The committee must have forgot about the 2014 Ohio State. They lost their first game of the year and won the first national championship in the playoff with a third string quarterback. There you go. That's right. Yeah, what was his name? Yeah, he got drafted and you never heard of him again. He bounced around some of them sorry leagues. But yeah, that's right. So there was a precedence. That is outstanding, Lorenzo. That is outstanding. That is outstanding. So and I think wasn't that was like it used to be rough. I tell you, in the Big Ten, it would be rough. You had at one point Notre Dame would play. Some years it would be they would play Ohio State, and then some years, and it'd be like Ohio State, Michigan State, or Ohio State, Michigan, first, second game, and whoever wins, more than likely the losing team ain't gonna, have no shot to win the national championship. That shit used to be brutal. Them Notre Dame, them early 4 or 5 Notre Dame games, and it's surprised they didn't win more titles because they faced it. They ain't had no easy games. Them first games was real good competitive games. But they used to go Michigan, Michigan State. That used to be real football. Claudell Jones, that's right, Claudell Jones, yeah. And actually, he just needed more experience. He should have played more. Why undefeated Florida team can't get a chance to do the same thing? That's a good point. Claudell was able to fit the system, and he was a good runner, nice. He reminded me of my college quarterback, kind of same size cat. Maybe Claudell was a little bigger, but you see, kind of went into the league and, never really caught on. And I would say he kind of bounced around. Was it Europe, NFL Europe, or was it XFL? He kind of played in some of that too. And it's a hard job. It's a hard job, especially if you don't have a lot of reps. That's the biggest thing. Even to do the script well. Basketball, you playing over and over again. But football, you only got 17 tries. So people forget how short the season really is. The season is really quick. The season is really a quick season. So it's not like the other sports. Most of the other sports they play a mammoth of games. Football is only 17. And, I think college is up to 14, 15. I think if you play in the playoffs in your bowl games. So, but yeah, it was bogus what they did. And I mean, what are people going to do? People that report on it, you ain't going to ignore the game. Like, I pretty much boycott all that talking during the day. I don't even care what they say. I don't watch none of that Stephen A. Smith shit. Skip. I don't watch none of that shit. I bypass all that shit, so I don't really watch it. But so I boycott that shit. But do we boycott the game? How can you talk about it if you don't watch it? So, and it's entertainment, and that's the statement they gave you. They said to us, "This is the best entertainment," and it's not that they're wrong. And it's not that they're wrong, because I said again, the Michigan-Alabama game is going to break all kind of ratings. I mean, all kind of ratings. There's going to be some new commercials in that shit. This time of year, they start showing some new watch. Watch it be some new commercials in that Michigan game. That is how big it is. And, I must dare say, the championship is going to be a letdown. But this game, that Michigan game, is going to be one of the biggest college games ever. Where two teams are really playing at their best. Great teams, both sides. And so it's going to be a great game. I don't think Texas and Washington is going to be as great, but and I don't think it's going to be as watched. But that Michigan game is going to break some records as far as people watching it. Yeah, it's going to break some records. So that's why I say, you have to look at the script and, the egghead man in the room. And I just think that all that Michigan's went through, and to me, everything is back to 97. So I also boycott all those sports shows. Yeah, I don't watch that shit. Yeah, I do not watch that shit at all. I ain't watched them in. I've never Skip's new lineup without Shannon. I haven't watched that at all. Stephen A. Smith and Molly, since what they took Jalen off. I don't watch that Makia chick. I don't care about that NBA and that. Perk is a big dope. What we call a doofus. Perk is a doofus. I mean, he's really a doofus. Perk is the kind of nigga that sits in the corner at a party, it just had that, mean mug. Perk be in the party mean mugging, and that'd be probably the only way he could, get some chicks. There's certain chicks that like dudes that just mean mug all the time. That's what Perk looked like. The nigga in the corner just, he mad about being mad. And so, he's harmless. He's harmless. That's why they kept him, And he says some intriguing stuff every now and then, but for the most part, he's a script person too. He's a script person that, you know, he survived them cuts, so it's something he doing. So, but yeah, I'm not interested in any of that. I don't need their opinions. And I don't report none of that shit. You know, I don't report any shit about what Stephen A. Smith does. I showed that one picture because that picture was disgusting. I made that one picture. I showed that short or did a community thing where it showed, you know, Makia's face when Stephen A. Smith was killing Harding. It was like she approved. It was like, yeah, you got that nigga. That's how she was looking at. She really approved. And it was just the look on her face of self-hatred. Because she hates herself so much that she has to show others how much she hates herself. And others is the man. You know, she got to show the Europeans that she hates herself. And she hates herself so much, she hates others that look like her. That's how much she hates herself. I mean, look at her husband. I mean, you can fall in love with anybody, but again, when you have that much self-hatred, you definitely ain't going to marry somebody who look like you when you hate yourself. And I'm not saying all mixed relationships, no, I'm not, but I'm saying in her regard, you know, she hates herself. And so she relishes in making money tearing down brothers. This is bullshit. Like 18 motherfuckers called me. All these people, oh, there's voicemails. Okay, I better look at these motherfuckers. That's what that is. All right. 18 voicemails, because I ain't set my phone up. Why am I dinging? Oh, I'm dinging. I don't know. But it's going to be, you know, it's going to be a fun night. So whatever you guys do, I see where they have the 4 teams. They have Washington and Texas are going to a conference that Michigan and Alabama are respectfully in. Washington and Texas? No. Michigan is staying in the Big Ten. Washington and Texas are going to Alabama's conference. Stay to divisions because there's going to be too many teams just to have the 2 best playing for conference championships. Yeah, well, that's what Michigan did. Michigan's got East and West. That's how they did it. Also, they are going to be adding more teams. Well, I mean, it's like it or not, they're phasing mid-majors out of real competition in this thing. That's what they're doing with the super conferences, is there's not going to be any mid-majors. And as you see, you know, they're breaking some of these, like luckily, like people talking about they want Nebraska out, but Nebraska probably wouldn't have been accepted, you know, but Nebraska to continue where they were in the Big 12, I think what they were, you know, and now that's getting all broke up. So Nebraska was smart to get out. But, you know, the Big Ten has Rutgers. They have a Northwestern. But those teams are lucky to be in it because they stay in, you know, the top tier. Because that's what these super conferences are going to turn into. You know, they're going to be top tier. That's why they're going to have to invent something for mid-majors. Now, I still like the idea of bowl games being playoffs, like what they're doing. You know, when they go to the Rose Bowl, that's going to be, you know, they're using that bowl for a playoff game. And I like that idea. And I think people would like true playoff games in the bowls. I think they would like that, not just the 2 bowls and then the championship. I think if we had every bowl that they play for the, you know, major teams, and that was all a playoff, to me, they would make a lot more money. But again, you know, you've got individual institutions that would have to have individual contracts. It would be complicated. Because, you know, how are we, you know, how are they splitting up the TV money and the revenue? That's why they all haven't done it yet. So, Georgia and Alabama gonna be top every year. Well, look at who does the best recruiting. You know, who does the best recruiting? Notre Dame ain't been top in recruiting in a long time, but Michigan stays up there too. You know, Michigan stays competitive. LSU, look at the teams that's getting the players. And I mean, in his own way, Deion is getting the players too. I mean, you see that what they was hitting that Jerry Jones was saying was trying to tell his son to go pro. That they might get him in, but I would be Gary. I'd play another season, get some more blockers, play another season, make more money. and then get the big bonus, because that's rookie money is your bonus. You know, you're gonna make more money in your bonus than you're gonna make in your contract. And that's the great thing about, the rookies. You know, you get all your money up front, the old ways. But, this is the great thing about college football. Now, I've talked about this, and I'm going to keep talking about it. Like, all my offensive linemen but one are dead. All of them. And out of all the four of them, only one really played pro. Then a fifth was on the team too, and he's dead. Now, only one was really older than me. Well, one guy was a year older than me, but the other guy was, he was a junior, so he was 2 years ahead of me. He was probably, when I was a freshman, he was a junior because we played the following year too. I think Big Smooth played the following year. I'd have to look it up to see if Big Smooth was there. And so my point is, with linemen, they take a lot of wear and tear more than anybody, offensive linemen. And so for you to be able to start making money now, and it's apparent, looking at what happened to my teammates, it's obvious. And you can look at the history of offensive linemen that they take. It's harder on them than I think than most people. And don't forget, Mike Webster, the first really CTE example, how, by the end of his life, he didn't just have dementia, he was psychotic. He had the CTE, playing multiple times. I mean, they used to let cats get concussions in practice. Like, watch what they called the old Oklahoma drill. I never understood that kind of thing. Like, even my own college coach, I never understood breaking your players down. Like, a lot of times you lose and they just think that if you break each other down leading up to the other game, you're going to play better. I never understood that kind of coaching. It was like they was mad, and so they would make a scrimmage. Like scrimmaging, not really even a lot of teaching. Because y'all did some bogus calling too. Like not taking any responsibility, say it was just the players. You called the perfect game. You wasn't tricked by any of the plays, but yet you got us out there bumping heads. That never made sense to me. And like my own personal experience, like it was one point where it was going into homecoming. It was only two of us receivers, the tight end and the receiver. We had to run every route. And do you understand? Every route. We do 7-on-7 every day. Every day, 7-on-7 every day. Me and this other dude running every route. Not only just 7-and-7, we're running every route like even the backups was hurt. It was just two of us. Everybody else was hurt, but two of us. We're running every route, every 7-on-7 route. Then what was it? Then he took us in the stadium and made us run more routes. Two dudes. And I didn't understand that. And the quarterbacks was assholes. They got to show the coach they can throw far as they can every time. Didn't hit me one time. Didn't hit the other guy one time. They just fucking throw the ball because we was tired. And it's like, I just didn't understand that. Why are you running me down? We're not getting any timing together. Like I said, when we played Florida A&M, I've said this many times. I should have had 2 touchdowns clearly. I was in the flanker. All I did is look for the ball, pop pass. This nigga was such a robot, he had to throw it to the spot. We're looking eye to fucking eye. It's a pop pass. This nigga missed me twice. Wasn't nobody in front of me. Because he had to throw it to the spot. They said, well, you're supposed to take an outside move. Why? I'm open. Throw me the motherfucking ball. Anyway, I just didn't understand that coaching of beating your players up. And I saw it in high school. I saw it at every level, and I never understood that. And that's what a lot of dudes would do. That's the bull in the ring. Oh, yeah. Let me see. I'm sorry, Lorenzo. Let me catch up. ACC is going to be the second-tier conference behind the SEC and the Big Ten. I'll say, but basketball is, because think about it now. Duke don't really go after it in football. Virginia, some years. If you look at some of those teams, Carolina ain't really a big football school. They more of a basketball school. So, but the football schools still make money. So that's not going to knock them out. They're going to still be over mid-majors. I'll say that. And the ACC is still, because of Clemson. Don't forget Clemson is in there. Miami, so those schools ever come back to prominence. So what I'm saying is Alabama, SEC 24, Texas, SEC, Michigan, Big Ten 24. Wow. Washington equals big. Wow. That's good work. But yeah, that's like bull in the ring. And like they used to do, alternates too. It would be, so what would it be? So normally you had two linemen. I'm trying to think how we did it. Two linemen. Sometimes it'd just be like a lineman against a lineman, and a linebacker in the back. And you see if the linebacker could, because a lot of times, the lineman would defeat the other lineman and defeat the backer. And then sometimes it would be two, and then you had two linemen and a backer sitting there. So you had two offensive linemen, and then you had a backer, sitting back there too. And sometimes they would throw the fullback in there, but most of the time it'd just be a backer. And they're just beating up each other, and, giving people CTE. It's not if the SC and Big Ten take the top tier teams from the ACC as teams that conference won out. They just needed 8 teams to vote to break the grant rights. Yeah, because that's, yeah. And remember, the grant rights is they was trying to push Washington out of, the teams that was leaving. They was trying to say they didn't have any grant rights to vote on the future. All I'm going to say is, what are you going to do about basketball? You're just taking them out of football? I don't know. Because by doing that to those schools, now again, the ACC is going to lose schools, no doubt. But I think basketball is going to save ACC. I think basketball is still going to save the ACC. So they're still going to want to be able to those schools to compete. And I think if you took the ACC, those schools out, and let those be schools like Western Michigan and all those type of schools, they're not going to be able to compete even in basketball. So I don't think they're going to fully let those schools die. Yeah, I don't think they're going to let those schools fully disappear. I think they're going to keep them around just because of the schools that are good in basketball and other sports. Because they don't care how much they lose some years, and especially money and shit. Money, they seem like that. They ain't bothered by that. Contrary to what they're always showing us, they act like money is no problem. And they bitching about having to pay athletes, but they ain't bitching about them billions they made out of them other athletes back. And they don't even want to pay them athletes for, the physical ailments you went through when you played. I mean, I'm 40 years later, I'm still suing these motherfuckers. You get it? They're still getting sued 40 years later of how crooked their system was. I mean, I've broken down. Let me see if off the top of my head I can remember the numbers. I broke all the numbers down. And off the top of my head, it was like, it equaled, what was it? Off the top of my head, if the money they made in just the basketball and the NCAA with all the teams, that was some goofy shit. With all the teams that made, it was something like all the players that played, the 65 teams should have made $20 million just for the NCAA tournament. It was something like that. I mean, the numbers, you can check the numbers, it's all there. You can check the final numbers that they tallied, commercial money and all that, and look at what they paid out. But if you looked at the profits, the way the profits came, and it's, 65 teams? Was it 65 teams, 6,500 players, roughly? Let's just say 10. So we're talking about close to 7,000 players. Yeah, so if we had 4 more at least, close to 7,000 players. The money came to like 20 million apiece for even participating in it. They should have got that. And maybe, a little bonus for the teams that made the championship. So they're crying to Congress. This is how much they hate the children and they hate the money they're making. They are crying. They want the government to come in and step in and take the money from the young people. And again, if you play football, they've showed so many young people that started getting CTE young. So if you can get that bread in high school, you can get that bread in college. You might only want to play 1 or 2 years in the NFL and be set and not have to be beat up. That's the point of this. Okay? That's the point of this. For those of you squares that don't really need sports, that's the point of this. Is the individual athlete can start making money sooner so he doesn't have to be Ali fighting at 38, 40. So he ain't got to be beat up. If he wants to play 3 years of college or even 4, he gonna get his bread. And then play 2, 3 years of NFL, and don't matter if he gets pension or not, because he already made the bread. And he ain't coming out of there all beat up. Y'all seen Earl Campbell? Y'all seen Earl Campbell? Earl Campbell what is Earl Campbell to me? Let's look up how old Earl Campbell is. How old is Earl Campbell? I want to see a picture of him now. I mean, he in a wheelchair. How old is Earl? Look at this. Earl is only 6 years older than me. He is wheelchair bound. He is wheelchair bound. Let's see if they show any pictures. He in the wheelchair. You see this? See, he can't walk now. This man only 6 years older than me, so that makes him 68. He been in a wheelchair. He been in a wheelchair. I mean, the beating this man took from the NFL. Look at that hit with him and Tatum. I mean, this man got beat up hard. And I know I ain't, but this man's wheelchair bound, y'all. He can't walk. At 68 years old, he can't walk. He cannot walk. See, he ain't standing up. And none of these young pictures, these are pictures of him old standing up. And let's see, and like that hit where he hit Earl Tatum, where it knocked them both out. That's brutal. But that hit on Isaiah Robertson, oh man, where he puts his head in his shoulder pads and knocks that nigga out. So he's younger than your dad? Yeah, and this dude can't walk. I'm telling you, I'm looking through these pictures, but I'm sorry I didn't show you where but this dude's not walking. I'm not just saying this just to say this. Earl Campbell can't walk anymore. And he couldn't walk. It ain't like all of a sudden, he hasn't been able to walk for a while. That's how beat. Oh, here we go. All right, this one right here. See? He's in a walker here. He's using a walker, but most time you see him in a wheelchair. Most time you see Earl Campbell, you see him in a wheelchair. If I had played pro ball in 83, he'd have been a contemporary. You dig? He'd have been a contemporary. It's a bunch of cats that, old cat. Well, he ain't even old. Earl ain't even old. Think of it like this. He would have, think of college like this. The people, like my freshman year was 79. The people that was freshmen could have went to school with him. Is that right? Could have went to school with him because they was the seniors of 79 started in 75, 76. Yeah, 76. And I think he was the Heisman in 75 or 76. So some of them could have played with this nigga. Dudes that went to school with me. So, yeah, Earl is in a wheelchair. Earl is definitely in a wheelchair. You never seen, he can't walk anymore. He can't walk anymore. I mean, his legs are really beat up. Not just Clemson, but Florida State too. Yeah. They chew you up, spit you out. And look at how they took Deion's foot and made him wear the dress. Well, I don't know, like Deion suffered from turf toe and bad surgery. Turf toe and bad surgery. That's what cost him his foot, is turf toe and bad surgery. Remember, when he was playing with the Ravens and the Redskins, he was done. He was done. And so he played them a couple years to get some more bread, but he was technically done when he played with the Skins and the Ravens. And, he was pushing it then, and that's where some of the injuries come from, playing then. He had turf toe reported then. Another nigga that's around the same age that's my age, and so Deion ain't that much younger than me, but is Eric Dickerson. Eric Dickerson fought turf toe and ain't have, half his foot removed. He fought turf toe too when he started playing. Because remember when Derek Dickerson played, he played the Coliseum when he played for the Rams. When he started playing with Indianapolis, when they played in the old bowl, That was turf. And he had the same problems. That's one of the things that kind of made him retire. Luckily, when he went to Oakland, he played on grass again. I think when he went to Oakland, or was it L.A. When he went to Oakland or L.A., he played on grass again, so he was able to get a couple more years. But them years when he played, and he suffered from turf toe. So Deion had some fucked up surgery, and had some like Grant Hill. I mean, people don't realize Grant Hill almost died. He got MRSA. Grant Hill, one of his surgeries got MRSA, and almost died. So. And I know a dude, family member, well, kind of a family. He married into the family where this dude had his hip replaced, and it was so fucked up. The surgery was so fucked up, and he got so many different, I don't know, but he never walked again, and he was an invalid pretty much. I mean, he could move his arms, but he couldn't walk again. Couldn't get up, couldn't get out of bed. So, I mean, sometimes that surgery is some bullshit. Like one of my first girl I got pregnant, she passed, and I heard that she had a kidney or liver transplant, so she probably was alcoholic. I don't know, I didn't know her well enough, years by, but I got her pregnant when I was 15, and she had a liver transplant, and the liver didn't hold. Her body wouldn't accept it. So yeah. But I'll say this, if you watch the guy who got cut by the Raiders, if you watch his shorts, and he's making some bread on YouTube, but his interesting take, and I said this the other night, if you heard me the other night, he said that he has 7 years in, so he's vested. He's going to get pension, and he broke down how much money you get in pension. But he said for the next 5 years, his whole family is covered. He said not only that, he could take classes. I think he said he already had his degree from Notre Dame, but he said his wife is about to have a baby, and she's fully covered insurance wise, even though he ain't finishing the season. But I guess he played, enough games this season to get a full season credit. So, he's just chilling. He's just chilling. And so they're helping players better in that situation. Football players, historically, football players would go broke before basketball players. Football players, depending on position, how much bread you got when you got drafted, your bonus. If you didn't play a skill position like a receiver, and even receivers sometimes. I remember Greg Jennings, he didn't say how much he got for his bonus, but his bonus wasn't that great. When he came out, it was second. He got second round bonus. So he got something like 1.7 or something like that, not, he didn't get millions, he got $1 million and some, which is still, coming out of Western Michigan is still great, but, it's again, depending on what position you play. So, and that's why some of these guys hang on too, it's great benefits, really great benefits for your family. So, dudes who can play 15, 16 years, you see why they take a beating too, though. Let's not say they don't. They take a beating. I mean, look at Tony Dorsett. Said if those who Tony Dorsett was, he's having a little. But most of the guys, people that Jim McMahon, and then Jim McMahon's only 2 years, maybe 3 years older than me, and already he's CTE. He's got CTE pretty bad. So there's something to it. But like you look at a dude like Roger Staubach. I mean, he got rich selling real estate in Texas, around the Dallas-Fort Worth area. He doesn't seem, bothered, and you can see some pictures where the Steelers and Jack Ham and them, they threw him on his head a couple times. So he took some hell of a hits. Let's not remember, like even Joe Montana. Let's not remember what was his name, Butts, that number 64 for the Giants, when he put Montana out. I mean, he is full on boom, head to head. Remember that? Well, a lot of y'all might not remember that. And then the Giants end up getting over San Francisco, but he put Montana out. Jim Butts, I think was his name, 64 for the Giants, but he got Montana and he put him out. But then I talk about the dude for the Ravens that, tore up Rick Gannon's knee. Another dude tore up, what was the brother that played with Uno Cinco? What was the quarterback there? When they tore up his knee. But Rich Gannon was the worst. He was the MVP of the league. And, this fat fuck, Saragusa. Yeah. They let him do what they banned from doing for Brady, is you low and just go at somebody's knee. Saragusa was just in there to ruin dude's knee, and he did it. He knew what he was doing. This is your union brother, and don't give it to me. You got to get the hit. Hell no, you don't hit low like that. But you know, they gave Saragusa a Super Bowl. They gave him on TV for a little while because he was a duh too. They you could tell they didn't like him, but they was repaying him for the debt he did. And they came calling early. Saragusa younger than me, and he ain't around. Yeah. So sometime you got to pay the piper. You have to pay the piper. Like they say, you got to pay to play. You got to pay to play. And so that's what it costs. Some people have to pay with whatever you feel. It's wild. I'm gonna get into a little ego. I commented on somebody. And I see the motherfucker took away my comment. Okay, motherfucker, if you talk about the shit, which I know you watch me because you say some shit I be saying. That's motherfuckers that watch me don't understand. I know how, you know, my spells go, and I can tell when motherfuckers watch me and they start using shit I say. I'm very unique in that aspect. I speak a certain way. People don't speak like me. So when you watch me and you use my words, but that's okay, baby. You if you break down the movie, that's okay. It ain't that big a deal to me. I was really just asking for your opinion, but you know, you took it like, well, I need to break it down first. I don't care. Oh, I can't wait to go. I hope maybe this week we'll go see King Kong. I want to see King Kong with all them speakers and shit though. And definitely on the better screen. Fuck them other screens. That shit ain't blowing up all around me. I don't like seeing that. That Napoleon shit, that shit was cool. Boom, 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 boom. I like that shit. That's like my girl's like, well, I want to get this, you know, surround. Like, no, the only surround system I'm getting is the Adamus. We getting another TV and we getting the Adamus. Oh, I'm going to show off a little bit. I finally fucking fixed my chain. I fixed my chain. And they gave me, you know, this shit cost me, I need a new lobster clasp. Paid $130 to get that motherfucker. And this is a gram. I waited. This is a gram. And grams right now going about a 70. So this little clasp and shit. Because I'd rather wear jewelry than this shit laying around when somebody could steal it. So I'd rather wear it. But yeah, it's because my girl, shit, her shit is bad. Because like her two rings, like the wedding ring that I bought her, the actually wedding ring and not the engagement ring, was like we bought two little like rings, like diamonds, you know, like diamonds all around it. And she didn't like that they spun. And so she was gonna get them you know, welded together, you know, tacked together. But we went out there and found another one that is what is that shit? Carat and a half. Yeah, so it's a carat and a half. That shit's gonna look good on her. It looks real good when they make it. So that looks nice. So we're getting that upgrade. She's like, is that odd? No, I'm like, baby, whatever you want. Let's get this shit. Whatever you want, let's get it. And you know, don't worry about the. So if you trade in other jewelry, you know, you can always, you know, get up when you trade jewelry. But I must say, I wouldn't buy gold jewelry from them. Well, little things, but man, some of their shit is like expensive. But their service, whoops, what's that? But their service is outstanding. Their service is outstanding. Oh, what keeps doing this? It's like every time I touch this motherfucker, it does it. So that was our adventure today. That was our adventure today. And I talked about yesterday. Let me see if I can show some shit. Let's see. Might be able to show some shit. Let's see here. I was having some fun, and you know, I like showing fun. I don't think I can see it that way. Let's try this. The new shit didn't come across. Or did it? No, the new shit didn't come across. Okay. I'll show it another time. That's all right. You know, it's funny. It's so much going on in the world that, you know, they really like this, you know, we're being distracted. Like is gas going down everywhere else too? Because, you know, gas is cheaper this time of year. We're into the winter blend The winter blend is a less expensive gas. Now up here, the cheapest I saw regular gas was 283. Because up here it's been my close places is like 309. Costco might be. I haven't been to Costco for a minute because usually when we fill the Acura up, we go to Costco. Just with the Taurus, I go anywhere, and I go to sometimes I go over there too though. It's cheaper over there, but a lot of times the place is near me. And in the casino, I don't play pickleball. I haven't played pickleball yet, so then I'm dreading. I got to go to the coffin MRI on the 17th. Oh, I do not look forward to it. I do not look forward to it. Man, they taking a pill, take me a volume and shit, and I'm gonna take some fucking edibles and sit in that motherfucker and just sit there, can't move, hey, let me out, let me out, let me out, this motherfucker. It reminds me when my daughter was little. My daughter had a toy chest at my mother's, and I don't know if I was living with my mother that summer. I don't remember. Maybe no, Nat was born, so no, I couldn't have been. I couldn't have been. We was just over there, and she was playing with her toys and shit, and she grabbed something and she fucked around and fell in, and when she fell in, the shit closed on top of her and shit. She was in there for a second. She didn't say shit because I was like, damn. I was watching her and shit because that's just my habit. And I saw her go in. I kind of started laughing, and then she pushed up and saw she couldn't get out, so she started crying. But as soon as she cried, I'd open it, but I just want to see what she's gonna do. So the shit was kind of funny. But that's kind of reminds me of. I freaked out a couple weeks ago. They put me under it, but I put this on. I think if I wouldn't have put this on, I could have did it. So I don't know how well they're going to be able to evaluate my back. They tell me I got to do it again for more clarification. And then I got therapy in the morning, so doing some stretching. They like, you been doing your exercises? That's the fuck while I come here. I come here for you to. But every day try to feel better, and I hope you all feel as good as you can, and doing as well as you can. And don't let this time of year, it's dark. We're in the dark time of year until the 20th. Right now, we're gonna have everywhere. Like if you can hear me talking, you're gonna have 15, 16 hours of darkness. So don't succumb to depression because it's dark. Do what they say. I'm slipping through the darkness. Slip through it. Move through it. Remember when we was younger and you didn't mind turning corners because it was dark? That's just that kind of deal. Relish it being dark instead of succumbing to the opposite. It seems, what do most people say? Well, it seems really late. It's 5:00. It seems really late because it's dark. No, get used to it. And it's a lot of energy in the dark too, operating in the dark. I love this. This as much I love the sun in May. I love this time of year between now and the solstice. It's a lot of good energy this time of year out there. It's a lot of energy being released because whatever this thing is that holds us in, whatever it is, it needs our energies this time of year. That's why it came up with Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and pushing us through a new year. They need us to believe this. Because I've said before, what if people's like, fuck you, it's 23 forever. We overthrow the government and like, what year is it? It's always 23. When 12 months go away, it's back to still 23. We never change the year. But what we do is we follow their ritual. And they do it with ritual. And, most of us follow into it. We feed it a little bit. Just because it's a time off, it's a time to please, right? We can please. It's a time to please, right? Please our loved ones. But don't let them, don't let not enjoy the light. That's my point. Relish in it instead of the opposite happening to you. Because I understand. Like my mother around the holidays, my mother has turned into what my great grandfather once said. But I'll say this, my mother still has great friends. She still has great friends, a very active life at 82. And, like my great grandfather was at a point where, he said, he's like, all my friends are dead. when the mug was in his, mid 80s. All my friends are dead. All my cousins, all my friends, everybody's gone but a few. So that's what happens too. But I think my mother's in a different position because she has great friends that are all between my age and her age. And so she has a lot of great friends. Now, as far as the last of her family, absolutely. All my uncles, my 2 uncles and my aunt, they passed. Of course, my grandparents, my grandmother's birthday was in 1915. She was born in, so, she'd been over 100 if she was still alive. And I think my father's mother was the youngest out of all of them, and she was still probably born in the early 30s. So if she was still alive, she would be in her 90s. Because I think my grandfather was born in 22. So, and he only died in 10. He died before my daughter was born. Yeah, he died at 10. So, he had a lot of friends and stuff, but he went through the same thing. He watched his brothers die, watched his wife die. They were broke up, but he still, and he had to feel some kind of way. My grandmother's name was Molly, but he called her May. It's like, why did you call her May? He started laughing. He's like, that was her middle name. I was like, oh. And like my daughter's Molly, she was Molly. Her mother was Molly. It's like Molly is a female name in my family. It's an Indian name, just like Tawana. That ain't a European name. Molly in Europe, Molly, Toby, Tawana, them ain't European names. They try to say Toby and Tobias is the same name, and it's not the same name. These are linguistic names that was already in America that don't come from Spanish and definitely don't come from Dutch and don't come from English. They just gave them American spellings, but they was already being said. Like portage ain't their word either. Portage is not their word either. I said that last night. That's not their word. So, there is yes. Let me see if I can find this debate. Let me tell you what I saw this last night. If I can find this is something I witnessed last night. Let me see if I can find this. I'm glad I thought about this. Let's see. I actually saw this last night. Oh, shit, it ain't on here. Huh. Let's see who had it. I'll look it up because somebody sent it to me. And I actually did see it last night. I went by this shit. I was like, damn. She sent it to me. So who's this? News break. Okay, let's look that up. Let's see if it's here. Chauvin is released from hospital and is back in prison. No, this ain't what I want. Let's see. Maybe one of the other local channels, because I want to show y'all this shit. Because I actually saw this and my wife was like, man. So let me see if any of them report. Because this was I'm sorry I didn't mention this last night. I didn't know what I saw last night. But I drove by this shit. Let's see. Damn. Nobody's reporting this shit. This is crazy. This is the same thing. Huh. Wow. Let's see if the other one. Here we go. WCCO. Let's see if they show it. Why wouldn't they show this shit? Let me try Newsbreak again. Let's see. See if I can find it in Newsbreak. Is it Minnesota? Because she sent me this shit. Oh, Local. Let's see if I can get this not come out of local. Oh, saying this shit is going away. I can't find it, y'all. I have it on my phone. Let's see. Because this is, yeah, let's see. This is last night. Oh, that's all you're going to give me? Well, let's see about this. I was begging for money. I'm not giving you no money. I think I'm on the top stories. Oh, here it is. I found it. All right, here it is. I found it. Yep, this is it right here. We went by this on my way home. I saw this. I saw this right here. Woman dies in rollover crash off I-35. That's. I live right off I-35. A 55-year-old woman died when her SUV left the interstate and rolled in Burnsville Sunday night. The Minnesota State Patrol said the crash happened after 7 p.m. off the southbound lanes of Interstate 35 at South Cross Drive. A driver identified as Leslie Ann Fitzgerald Dahl was driving her Toyota Highlander on the interstate when she left the road, rolled down the embankment, and the vehicle came to rest on its roof. Oh, they're not showing the picture. There's a picture to this. They didn't show the picture. There's a picture to this. Oh, they didn't show the picture. Huh, that's bogus. There is a picture, and they don't show it. So, I mean, I literally live right here. Like, I literally live right here. So this shit, so we were down. So you've got the access road that goes like this. So what happened is this chick, so they said she was going south. So some kind of way, as she was going south, when she hit right in here, this doesn't make sense. Because she had to, like when she flipped on this side. She didn't flip over here. Because to land where she landed, to land under here, she had to, she couldn't have came from this way. Where the car was crashed, she had to lose control in here, and she flipped back this way. She flipped back that way. And that's like we was driving, we was like, wait a minute. And that's what my wife said. My wife said, did she flip off the highway? And I'm like, she had to have, she had to have flipped off the high. And I'm saying she is going, south. And the only way where she landed is she veered like hard to her right. And she veered so hard where when she like left the highway, there was nothing under there but the highway underneath. The service roads, the roads underneath, because she's up here. She's about from the road, she's probably 5-6 stories up. I mean, maybe, at least from where she came to where she landed, it was about 5 stories up. So for her to lose control and to come down under the bridge, she came down under the bridge. Because we were thinking, how does the person, we was looking like where the accident was, it's almost in it's almost impossible to have an accident. And that's what my wife had caught. She's like, she left the highway. So we saw this last night. We was coming back home and dropped my mom off home from my mother's baton. And I forgot to mention this shit until she sent it to me because she said she saw it. My daughter's mother said she saw it too. Yeah, because she probably came home the same way we came home. Matter of fact, she might have got blocked by it. Because we took my mother home, so we didn't come straight back like we was coming from Rosemont. So yeah, that was some shit last night to see that shit, and I was sorry to hear it. But that's what my wife said. So I don't know, y'all. That was quite devastating. It was quite devastating to see and sad, sad. Okay. Okay, cool. And it was sad, sad shit to see, I didn't wish, any anything on anybody. It's always debauchery. Hey, you get Christmas, it'd be more debauchery. Okay, so we got a national team that's making looks like they're gonna playing the playoffs somewhere, little boys football. Riz selected as 23. Riz is selected as 2023 word of the year. That's some stupid shit. Who cares? Why put money in against that? Damn. Damn. I mean, this is debauchery like a mug. You know, the craziest Christmas story I've ever heard is, and I've told this before, I think I tell this around every Christmas, is my ex-wife's, what time is it? Good. My ex-wife's sister moved in her first cousin and had at least 2 children by him, if not 3. She had at least 2 by him. She had 1, so she had 2 before him, and she had 2 by him. So, and what this dude did one Christmas is he was a crack guy. So what he did is he neatly unwrapped all the gifts, took out all the boxes of everything, all the toys, taped all the gifts back with the empty toys, and sold the toys he had left because he took them out the box and everything. I mean, that had to take a lot of work and a lot of patience to take them all out and put them back. And I mean, so he was a caring crackhead, you understand? I mean, you know, he still wanted them to have the illusion of seeing all the gifts and happiness, but he wasn't around when all the sadness came and the disappointment of there's no toys. Oh. Now, I don't think I talked about this last night because I didn't know about this. Damn, this is debauchery, y'all. We've got debauchery in Minneapolis. And please forgive me, you know, I ain't saying all the chicks in Minneapolis is pretty, but there's some ugly ones, and these are examples of some ugly chicks, so please forgive me. But their story is a trip, so let's hear.
Minneapolis police are investigating 7 separate shootings.
At least 3 people were killed. The shootings all took place within a 24-hour period, starting on Sunday in Dinkytown, and the latest one taking place early this morning. Sharon Yu joins us now with details on a violent weekend.
Well, Julie, Lauren, in that 7th shooting, one man in his 30s was found with a fatal gunshot wound on the sidewalk, and a woman in her 40s was taken to the hospital for shooting injuries. The Hennepin County Medical Examiner's Office also just identified 2 of the fatal Dinkytown shooting victims from yesterday as 24-year-old Jamartre Sanders and 24-year-old Bryson Haskell.
The violence on Sunday started with 3 people shot inside of a Dinkytown cigar and tobacco shop. Police say they believe an altercation led to 2 people being killed and 1 employee being shot and injured. A tattoo shop employee who works right next door to the tobacco shop says he was shocked to see the broken glass when he got in Sunday morning for work.
I hear it can be sketchy here in the evenings on the weekends, but I mean, I don't know. It's usually pretty quiet. I mean, it's a college.
And let me remind you guys, I worked at a job where it was a mass shooting. I started at a job. I got hired at a job to do some quality work, and the place had a mass shooting. An employee had got fired after 17, 18 years, and he came back and killed 7 people. The bathroom where he killed one of the people still had blood in it. They hadn't really cleaned it up. His police tape still in this joint. I mean, the dude literally had I think it was 5 or 6 days before. I didn't know this going into the place. We were only at that place for a couple of days, and they took us to another place. So they to make bread, they don't care. Hey, the motherfucker dead and they gone. Come back in here.
College area, it's Dinkytown, so there's not a lot of, at least in the daytime, there's not a lot of crime or anything like that.
Just a few minutes after that shooting, before 2:40 a.m. Sunday, Minneapolis police were also called to Lake and Grand in Uptown, where they found a man injured in another shooting.
It was in a parking lot outside where some kind of altercation occurred that escalated into gunfire.
Parton says they don't suspect the 2 shootings are connected, but they are continuing to investigate.
And here we have examples again, at least twice tonight, where it appears that altercations are solved.
And here again we see hair glued to the forehead You know, again, hair for most Europeans and most people do not grow here. You know, when you see hair way here, this is fake. And you can kind of see the break where his real hair is. He's bald back this far. Right there. Right there is where he's bald. All this is fake. So, that's my 3 cents.
With guns, and that's just absolutely.
But you carry a gun. So, you know, you carry a gun too, buddy.
Unacceptable.
Then Sunday afternoon, another man was found shot and injured outside of Winter Gas Station at Broadway and.
Wait a minute. This is the murder gas station. It's been at least 10 people murdered at this gas station. Yeah. This is what, like, if people, they call it North Side over North. That's how country they are. And this is Broadway. This is right Broadway. I think this is Lindale. Broadway and Lindale. The church just bought this liquor store. So somebody else died at the murder station. I've been at this station twice. Once to get some gas. Once, I don't know, I might have bought some papers or something from this motherfucker and candy. I remember one of the children must have been with me. But this is called the murder station. It's two of them. It's another one around the corner from this one. Well, I'd say, shit, not even a half mile. It's another one. But this is the murder station. Like right here. That's what, if you ask anybody here, that's what they'll refer to this, is the murder station. So why are you going to the murder station, especially if you know your ops could be there?
The Winter Gas Station at Broadway and Lindale.
Okay, yeah.
That victim was taken to the hospital, and police have no.
And like this is a Salvation Army back here. It's a church in front of it. A lot of niggas, for some reason, this is the hangout. Like in the summertime, this front street be just packed with niggas, and you know you see a few bums hanging back there. But yeah, that's the murder gas station, y'all.
Suspect information available. Same with another shooting that happened on the 600 block of Penn Avenue North 10 minutes before.
Now, look, this is the thing that's what's interesting about the North Side. This is how it looks. These cribs ain't bad cribs. These ain't rundown cribs, especially this crib. This crib is newer. So this is almost on 55th. They've just barely turned. I can tell. This is almost on 55th and Penn. This is near the highway, because that house here is a newer house. But look at these houses. These ain't, like you on the North Side, it ain't run down. Like you can get a decent house without roaches. Like I never lived in a house in Minnesota with roaches. So, you know, you can live on this side of town and, you know, it's niggas and you're a lot of Europeans though too. But like, look at this. This ain't run down. It ain't a lot of trash in the streets. The street ain't all tore up. You see what I'm saying? It ain't. And so it's hard to understand when, you know, it's still, I don't know, y'all. I don't know.
For 2 p.m. Police say a man was shot and injured standing outside when shots rang out from a passing vehicle. Shooting number 5 on Sunday, police responded to near Penn Avenue and Lowry. There, another man was injured in a shooting. Police say he too was standing outside when shots were fired. Shooting number 6 happened near 4th Avenue South and East Lake Street before 8 p.m. Sunday. Another person was shot and injured.
We have reached out to the Public Safety Commissioner's office for comment, but he was not available today for interviews, and the Minneapolis Police Chief was also unavailable to come.
So, you know what that tells you? It's time to have them things up in the ride time. That's what time of year it is. It's time to have them things up in the ride with the year, you know. But I don't go over there very often. Oh, check this out. This happened when I lived way north. I didn't live way.
Giving away free Donald Trump gold.
Okay. I didn't live. I lived way north or more northern than when I live now. I live south, but this is what this story is north. But when I lived north, I saw the same thing. This big motherfucker here.
Well, this is not something you often see in the city.
Now, say you walk out into your driveway and shit, and you see that big motherfucker. That shit, if you've got a goddamn rock wilder, this would probably fuck that rock wilder up. I don't care how much that rock wilder, the speed, well, I don't know. I might take that back. Mastoff might tear this motherfucker up. And maybe a rock wilder, but you got little, I don't know. This is a mountain lion or a puma. That cougar, it's all the same thing. Mountain lion, cougar. Remember, these motherfuckers is in America. But this might chase the shit out of you and scratch the shit out of you.
A cougar sighting less than 2 miles from downtown Minneapolis.
That's right. A big cat captured on home security footage prowling through the Lowry Hill neighborhood. It happened last night. Courtney Godfrey is live there tonight. Courtney, this is very unusual. And, oh, watch out behind you there.
Oh, stop.
That was fake.
Terrible. You're terrible. Yes, it's very unusual.
Let me say this, I was one of the main ones that was wearing white, and this is a white triple fat goose. But I was wearing that white Parker Tommy last year. White seems to still, I thought maroon would be the color, but it's still white. So, you should have some of this white gear in your repertoire, because white's still in there. And ain't nobody got my motherfucking, I got some, some Calvin Klein. My Calvin Klein fuzzy. I ain't seen nobody wear it, but let's go.
Don't get me going. I'm jumpy, It's very unusual. In fact, this is only the second time in nearly 20 years that a cougar's been caught on camera here in Hennepin County, and definitely a wild experience for these neighbors in the Lowry Hill neighborhood.
It jumped right about here next to the garage, just easily leapt over and walked north.
Captured on home security footage, a rare sight, as this big cat gave neighbors in Minneapolis's Lowry Hill neighborhood quite the surprise.
He was astounded. All of a sudden, he's like, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe this. Check this out.
This woman says her husband had an alert from their Nest Cam around 3:30 this morning, only to check it out and see the wild animal prowling across their driveway.
There it was, clear as day, this big cat, this big cougar.
The DNR confirming that what you see in the video is indeed a cougar, with state data showing just how rare they are in Minnesota. In Hennepin County, there's only been one other time in nearly 20 years that one's been captured on camera, with experts saying they are likely from the Dakotas and just passing through.
I Googled, and apparently they can travel quite a distance in a day, so I'm hoping that's true. But I will definitely be more cautious.
We saw one I was a little further north in Champlin. We saw one 10 or 11, maybe 11 for my daughter, winter before my daughter was born. So maybe early winter, early 11 or 10, one big like that came through. Yeah. One big like that came through. Trying to think what other one. One came from here and got killed in New York. What was that shit? That was a cougar. Was that a cougar? Cougar? Like we see foxes, around, the Mississippi River ain't that far. So we see foxes all the time on the north side. Like, it's a lot of rabbits and squirrels, and don't know, there's nothing really that preys on them in certain parts of the state. And so in Minneapolis, though, they're near the river, you still see fox, and, most of the neighborhood is rabbits and squirrels. But like where I live, there's no predator. Sometimes, you live in certain spots and you'll see coyotes. Like I've said before, where I used to live in Prior Lake, I lived off a pasture. And you could hear them howling, and you could see their little beady eyes. So, I let that Glock go up in there. Because ain't no other people. I mean, there's no people that should be out in that pasture at night. It's private property. And once, you don't see the cows, don't be there at night. So I'd hear them howls and see them little beady eyes. I'd start shooting out in the dark. Because my cats used to fuck around out there. One of my cats, I had to, help coax it out the goddamn tree. I was hearing, like, what the fuck is this? And so I climbed over the fucking, you have to jump over the fence because the fence is electrified. So you got to jump over the electric fence and, get the cat out the goddamn tree and shit. Like, bring your stupid ass down here, but something was fucking with it. So got it down. I don't remember how I made it back without getting electrified. Yeah, I think it was, I remember where the fence was. The fence was it was a broken trees and shit that kind of you could get over. So, yeah. So, but that's, that's where we live. And, I always got debauchery.
It was a deadly and dangerous weekend.
It wasn't. It was deadly and dangerous. Deadly and dangerous. Damn, at the same time. And I don't know who this retailer is. This ain't funny, but it is. It's funny, but it's not funny. Here we go. We'll let them tell it. Nigga got a Yeti. I got one at my feet. Not for the podcast, though, baby. I'm gonna let her start again. This chick ain't very cute, but let's go. Let her tell it.
Were also found was sentenced today. A judge ordered Ryan Rooney to serve life behind bars with the possibility of release after 30 years. Heidi Wigdahl joins us now with what happened in court. Heidi?
Julie, last month, a jury convicted Rooney of first-degree murder while committing domestic abuse with a past pattern of domestic abuse. Today, during his sentencing, we heard emotional victim impact statements from Samantha Columbus Beauché's family members, including her parents and 6-year-old son.
Physically and emotionally, this crime has been absolutely draining. My heart is broken. A piece is missing.
From the mom of Samantha Columbus Beauché to her dad.
I'll never be whole again because of what happened to my baby girl.
One by one, Samantha's family talked about how her murder has affected their lives for the past 2 years. According to a criminal complaint, Eden Prairie Police arrived at the Residence Inn on November 2nd, 2021 for a welfare check after the family had not checked out of their extended stay. They found Ryan Rooney with an alleged self-inflicted gunshot wound. Samantha, who was 29, was found dead on the second floor with a gunshot wound to her chest. 2 of her 3 kids were also in the hotel.
It is unfortunate that they didn't get more time with her. It is unfortunate that they may not ever remember their mommy because at the time of her murder, they were just babies. Babies who were in that townhome for 56.5 hours. With their lifeless mother laying on the floor.
Damn.
According to court documents, the pair had only been married 2 months at the time of her murder. Rooney, now 36, said only 2 words in court.
Sir, is there anything you'd like to say before I sentence you?
No, sir.
The judge sentenced Rooney to life in prison with the possibility of release after 30 years.
Samantha was my only child. I'll never get a chance to see her become the woman I knew she could be.
She looks native. That chick's probably native. So that's why, wow. Like when you get with people, you see that kind of shit before. So why didn't she see that shit before? You hear them saying Chauvin allegedly got stabbed 22 times by a Mexican in prison. Sounds like BS. Those Mexicans click up with Aryan Brotherhood and how it could be survived. What's even worse is that dude, what is that dude? He's kind of coonish, BLM. He was saying that he said the dude's name, and the dude, he broke down and said that that the dude was about to get out. Like the dude could have got out. The dude was gonna get out. The Mexican dude. Matter of fact, his work, he said the dude was listed as Caucasian, listed as European, but he's affiliated with the Mexican gang. But actually, and it's pictures of that dude. Seen different. Let me see if I can run. But yeah, it's pictures of that dude. And so, that dude was affiliated with Mexicans. So it's odd, what did they have on him that he needed to, have more time? So that's the odd thing. Relevant. North Minneapolis church collects culturally relevant. What does that mean? That means racist shit. But yeah, they let Chauvin's ass out. They're going to get him, though. They're going to get Chauvin, sadly. Well, not really sadly. They thought that, I guess it's a mob mentality. And, how they like cops. And if cops say they don't want to, they want to stay in general pop. But he was in a Fed, but he's in a Fed place where, Feds just got attacked too. Where Feds had several attacks, so. Semi-truck smashes into White Bear Lake dentist office. How the fuck does that happen? How does that happen? Well, I saw this already. Timberwolves 9-1 at home. They didn't make the tournament though. They got knocked out. Damn. What? Wisconsin man killed on roller coaster road. What the fuck does that mean? I don't even know what the fuck that means. Roller coaster road. I'm looking at this story I did last night about the nigga that went in the landslide. You got to be unlucky as hell for a landslide to hit you. It's like an avalanche. You know how you avoid avalanches? Don't go to a mountain with snow on it, and you avoid an avalanche. Like, I don't know. I would have to go to Colorado to find an avalanche. I don't think there's anywhere I could go to find a snow avalanche. This nigga not only found a dirt ground avalanche. You gotta be unlucky as hell. It's like, they was waiting. They was like, just like, this dumb motherfucker needs to die. He's trying to die. Like, isn't that Bud? Yeah, come on, we gonna avalanche Bud in the canyon. Niner Nations. Oh, Eagles got embarrassed. Thank you for joining. Woo. And
You got to have vision.
despite you talking shit about the Eagles, but all you gotta do is definitely join me. And there's only one rule.
Don't touch my truck.
And we're all here for me to. Oh. And Derek, thank you for coming in. And I know you definitely got.
You got to have vision.
Ooh. And gotta stay there. And there's only one rule. Ooh, I guess it's two rules. Yeah. I was right.
Don't touch my truck.
Don't touch my truck, and you're here for me to definitely take you. But okay, let's look at it like this. I showed last night. This is the real deal on the Eagles. The Eagles are 9-2. 9-2. All right. Say they lose to the Cowboys, they'll still be 9-3. All right. They're going to beat the Seahawks 10-3. They're going to beat the Cardinals 11-3. They're going to beat the Giants twice 12-13 and 3. All right. Now, if they beat the Cowboys, they're going to be 14-2. So we still going to have home field in check this out. We're still going to have home field throughout. What'd you say? NBA trying to hype Indiana Pacers. You can't tell the Magnets were on. No way they beat the Celtics. Hard to watch in the playoffs. I tell you, I watched tonight. They showed Sacramento played good the other night and beat the Nuggets. Yeah, they lost last night too. Matter of fact, Sacramento lost last night. Then they lost 2 in a row. Because whoever they played last night, they lost. Or was that early in the week? They beat the Nuggets. Then they lost because they had a back-to-back. Then they lost. Who did they lose to? And then tonight they lost. They lost to Sacramento. Lost to the Pelicans. Like, Wemby's here tomorrow, so I don't know if we can time it right. But Wemby's here tomorrow. Zion is coming. It's like these next 4 or 5 home games is all good games. But Wemby is going to be here tomorrow. I don't think, because, my wife is going in. She's got to work in the office tomorrow. So we I don't know. I might tell her, hey, get them tickets. It's like, hey, you just parking the Ram. We had to take 2 cars down there. So, but yeah, Wemby's going to be here tomorrow. Oh, shit. The department store at Dayton's. What the fuck is that? Department store at Dayton's. What is this? Check this shit out.
If you're a coach,
check this shit out. I don't know if y'all hip to this. How the dude got killed. So, the dude got killed here from Minnesota that was playing hockey in England. Dude wrote, a dude literally skated over his neck and slit his throat and killed him.
Hockey here in the U.S., and right now the majority of them don't require players to wear neck guards. But with this move, people here in Minnesota's hockey community suspect others will now follow suit.
If you keep your knees bent, you won't fall as much.
5-year-old Jamison.
Is that too tight?
Is laced up.
Yeah!
and ready to go. His goal is to play hockey one day, just like his father, Nick.
There's always going to be that fear.
Fear that's only heightened since the tragic death of Adam Johnson.
You're risking your life every time you go.
Hey, think about it. This dude fell and another player skated over his throat and slit his throat. They arrested the guy. I haven't looked up the story since then. This guy fell and another guy literally skated over his throat and slit his throat with his skates. They arrested the guy. I don't know, if what they did afterwards. So that's what this story comes from. This guy actually died in England.
Johnson.
You're risking your life every time you go out on the ice. And one freak thing can end your life.
Growing up, Nick says concussions were the biggest concern, but just like helmets and other required gear,
St. Louis Park,
he thinks neck guards should become uniform too.
I'm going to be putting him with a neck guard when he gets into the hockey because I know how I played. I know the sport when I was growing up, and it hasn't changed.
And they score. Adam Johnson buries it.
That neck is always a vulnerable area, and it's long been a discussion.
Benilde St. Margaret's boys hockey coach Ken Pauley says more players choose to wear neck guards since Johnson's death.
About 4 or 5 have them on now that didn't have them on before.
He thinks more organizations will follow in the International Ice Hockey Federation's footsteps in mandating them. And if kids see the pros doing it, they'll get accustomed to it too.
I think you'll see a lot of more kids wearing these. I also think you'll see the technology continue to just get better with it too.
As a parent, the best we can do is just teach them the tools to prevent as much as we can.
It's still unclear when the neck guard mandate.
Hey, that is daddy living his dreams like a motherfucker. Daddy like, I didn't make it, but I'm gonna make sure you make it. Yeah, I remember one of my daughter's mother's friends. He was still playing hockey, and we were talking. And when I met him, they had their daughter's like maybe 4 or 5 months older than my daughter, just a little bit older. And so we went to see her that when she was a baby, and he was just, he's still playing hockey. And I'm like, why aren't you reffing? He's like, reffing? Because he was like 34, 35. I'm like, why aren't you reffing? He's like, really? I'm like, I know there's refs where you play it. He's like, yeah. So the next time I saw him when the girl was playing hockey, he was like, man, I've been reffing since I saw you. He's like, I play still, but I ref too. So, and I had a chance one time, I could ice skate, and that's what they was looking for, but I didn't really, I know the rules somewhat, but I had a chance to do some. They have like AAU level hockey, if you guys to kind of relate. If you know what AAU hockey is, they have that, something similar. So where younger people play. So, but yeah, that dude got killed like that. I don't know if it's every time you're out there you can get killed. I think that was a very freak accident. I don't know what they did. Far as the case, I don't know. Why is the Arctic? Why the Arctic is warming faster than the rest of the world? Oh my goodness. Where is this motherfucker? There's a store, Dayton's? Where is the store? This shit right here says, New York State prisons, how to avoid rape in prison. It's like when you go to prison, they should show you a film. This is how, they'll stop you from getting your booty busted. All right. I don't know what store they're talking about. I'm interested. Oh, I like him. I like his outfit. Okay, I feel you. Yeah. This is Michael Strahan. Yeah, this is Michael Strahan. Nice. Let's go. Tell us all about it. Where are people spending money at?
Have to check out.
Favorite Minnesota holiday shopping destination is back, and it's bigger than before. Shayla Reeves at the department at Dayton's, because Shayla, there's a lot of new little vendors to check out there. You showed us a couple more to show. Good morning.
Good morning to you. And that's the best part about coming, because you always get to see something new when you visit these markets.
Okay.
Minnesota brands making
Fuck this market. Okay, I was wondering about Dayton's. Fuck that market. Look at this shit says. You guys want to look this shit up, you can. New York State Prison, how to avoid rape in prison. Male's orientation. Tape up your booty. Tape up your booty and you can avoid it. Take tape, that they had that show where everybody you had to take one thing in and the one dude took the knife and shit. Well, when you go into jail, take tape, and every time, Richard Pryor said if you tell jokes, they keep their mind off the booty if you tell jokes. They laughing at your jokes and not thinking about your booty. Eventually they'll start laughing and be like, hey, what about that booty? No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. What did Richard Pryor tell Gene Wilder? They don't fuck you because they like it. They fuck you to see that look on your face. You know, motherfucker. Oh, oh. Where's the toss out by salad man? Maybe you discourage people from doing debauchery. I don't know. Maybe they'll stop them from doing debauchery. So, if you found $1,000, would you keep it? I remember Armored Car. They fucked up, and it was in Detroit, and they filmed it. And it was like 300,000 that just blew out the back of an armored car. I ain't get that money. Motherfuckers bounce with that shit. But the motherfuckers, whatever, they didn't have the back door secure. And usually the shit used to be either in bags or cellophane. So I don't know if the motherfuckers punched the bags. So I don't know, but that happened before too. Power soccer all-star game coming to the Twin Cities High School. So motherfuckers in wheelchairs. God damn. Mason Garcia returns to rink after suffering traumatic brain injury. I don't think I'd ever go back where that happened. Oh, man. I forgot we had a house explosion, y'all. One person dead in St. Paul house explosion. Like this last year, it's been 4 or 5 houses that exploded around this motherfucker. I can't say if it's crystal meth or what it is. Okay, I need to know this dude's number to see if I have him. What's this dude's number? So let's see if we see him. Play the video to see if we see this dude. What is this number? Okay, I don't want to hear the fuck you got to say. I just want to see his number. Okay, show a picture of the nigga. Yeah, he was 99. Okay, I don't think I have him. Let's see again. Let's see if we can track number 99, y'all. I wasn't sure of his number. I think I missed him, though. Let's see. I think I missed him, though. I think I missed him. Let's see where we at. I catch him. I think I missed him. So, yeah, he was 99. I don't think I caught him when he came out. I think I missed it. Yeah, right here. Let's start again. I don't think we see 99. I think I missed him. 99. I think I did see him. 99, not through there, not here, not there, not there, not there, 99. He went out with the defensive lineman. They kind of coming out in positions. If you look, all the DBs and receivers is kind of together. Yeah, I think he was one of the first earlier guys to come out. I think I caught him earlier. But yeah, that guy played in this game right here that I was at. And the young man passed. This is down University of Duluth. This is a small field. This field ain't, division FCS, FCS. Let's see. In the beginning, I think we see him in the beginning. Right there. Yep. We just catch him. And these shorts, I can't go back and forth. Let me see. Yeah, it won't let me go. Yeah, I caught a glimpse of him. So he was one of these guys running out, guys. I guess I did catch a glimpse of him. So, but he passed. Young man passed. I don't know if y'all watch this shit. This shit's kind of funny. This is some funny shit. Let's see. Where's the... I have to say, this is a funny shit. And I'm trying to get her to... She got more of this. I'm trying to get her to send it to me.
Nail. I already put this car on tire on 5 weeks. Got a nail in it. Brand new car got a nail in it. It ain't the first time that's happened to me. Brand new tire got a nail in it. Nail in it?
This nigga's got his dog, and look at his fit.
Nail. I already put this car on 5.
Look how both of them is dressed. It's like, these is, I don't know, there's a type of Crocs, and he got some sweats, and he got a half zip, and she got like the mommy. I don't even know. This shit is stripes up here. What's leopard? What has she got this leopard? I mean, but it's more, I got to get more of her, because they're funny people. She's got more. I got to get her to send me the rest of this shit, because this shit's kind of funny.
Let's just say it is.
Oh, yeah, let's not say it is. So I wanted to show more of that, but that's some funny shit. I hope to get more of that. Well, I don't really got shit to do unless I gotta. I ain't really got nothing to do, but I'm running out of things to say. So I guess I can philosophize for a few minutes. I gotta pee, so let my man talk for a few minutes while. That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna let him chop for a few minutes. Where is he? Let's see. Yeah, let him chop for a few minutes. There we go. Okay, I'll play this one because I only got a pee. Here we go.
Now, we can see for a fact that the work we are doing
All right, give me 5.
Now, we can see for a fact that the work we are doing upon the existing grid that is laid over the United States and over the world by way of stolen information, using the information in a false or misleading manner by way of John D., the Queen, the Pope, etc., through Europe in the 14, 15, especially in the 1600s. We have now done, again, extensive work, doing it 1 degree at a time, and it is starting to pay off. It is paying off in local areas, and it's also paying off globally, meaning the fact that we're not seeing the same old run over the people, we the people, where the elite just keeps run rampant how they were doing in 2020. We are seeing now that the power is going back to the people. And something that just happened a day before my birthday, March 30th. You see right here, this was posted 3 hours ago. The Vatican on Thursday formally repudiated the doctrine of discovery. The theory is backed by 15th century papal decrees that legitimize the colonial era seizure of native lands and form the basis of some property laws today. Now, this is, again, this goes into the United States and the surrounding islands and all the way into Canada as well, and their territories of the First Nation. What we have to do is we have to get together. We have to blend our voices together and be heard on a global scale. We don't want to just say that we're going to go by what the court says are the only, let's say, 5 recognized tribes. We got to go back and look at that there were way more than 5 recognized tribes, and there were way more people that were had their land and their property taken away. So if you have done your genealogy and you are finding the fact that you are in fact indigenous to this land, and you're seeing that the Pope and them are starting to come back and repudiate some of this false narrative that has been going on so long, This is part of the new way. This is part of the new world order. It is not about the new world order that is going to keep the elite afloat. This is about the new world order that's going to be about you, be about the people, be about those that have waited their time and watch the others destroy this land, destroy Terra Earth. So get together, let's talk about this and come up with solutions that's going to help all of us.
Very well said. Very well said. Very well said. So that is my younger brother. His channel is Quian Redface. So if you're interested in that kind of rap, he's somebody else to check out. Check out his work. Check out his work. Because he's felt the heavy hand of censorship as well. To take my channel away from 14, make me start again in 20. This is going on 4 years. This would be, when the new year comes, it'll be going on 4 years of this channel. But the other channel was so much music I had. They used to let you off. How did they do it? If you paid, you could download a bunch of shit offload. You could offline download a bunch of shit. And I had just so much music, so much old music. Y'all know me, I love old music, and I had so much of it. It's just some silly shit. Okay, you like the way I do it? Chuck Brown, Mr. Magic. Yeah, I don't know nothing about no Chuck Brown. Well, I guess my inspiration is dying. My inspiration is dying, and a little loud. I'm peeking out. Okay. And but tomorrow I'll be off. I don't do it on Tuesdays. Wednesday maybe Wednesday night, but not Tuesday. I will not be on tomorrow night. That's one of my days off. So either come back Wednesday, Thursday night. So thank you for watching. Thank you for participating. Thank you for writing the questions. I appreciate it. This is going to really be a historic college season. I really think it is. I think this Michigan-Alabama game is really like going to give us a mini Super Bowl before the Super Bowl. I think it's really a game that is going to come up to the hype, and I still predict that Michigan and Washington are going to be the final two. Just the way they've done it, taking away FSU, it's no way they can let Texas or Alabama win. It's no way. There's no way. There's no way either one of those teams get to win because of what was done to FSU. They're just getting in, so the winner will be, I hate to say it, between Michigan and Washington, I think. So we'll see it. Chuck Brown, the legendary go-go. Oh, yeah. It don't mean a thing if you ain't got that go-go swing. You go do-what, 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 do-what. There's a policeman on the premises. What is he doing in here? I said a policeman is on the premises, y'all. What is he doing? Oh, that shit he do a run Joe. And then he does a Time and Love. There I go, there I go, there I go. You've got me something to do, my soul. Every time I'm near you, I can't behave. The Time for Love. He does a version of the Time for. I can't find that. But he used to do a version of Time for Love. It's the time for love. And then he'd do that Dougie, but he had his hit was in '79, and listening to Bustin' Loose and knowing what my cousin said, because my cousin Narada Walton said, it's very important. They told me straight up, you got to have a hit or we cutting you loose. And so Chuck Brown made, Busting Loose he made a hit. He didn't really, it's a little bit of go-go, but it's mostly a hit with a lot of funk in it too. But, if you've never been, again, I'm saying we used to go to cabarets and Chuck Brown be at the cabaret. Now, them wasn't the ones I put on, but I'm saying we used to go to cabarets. My cousin would take me to cabarets and it'd be all go-go live. And, as I got to seeing Rare Essence and Trouble Funk. And I've said, I argue with any of y'all. The best period in music was the fall of '79. That was the best period of music. I mean, music changed, but the music was just one hit out of the other. I mean, we literally went from good times. We went from good to freak out. We went from freak out, then we went to good times. Then we turned into King Tim the Third, and then that monster came out, Rapper's Delight. But then Parliament Funkadelic came out with Not Just Knee Deep, the disco version. Then Trouble Funk dropped the bomb. We're going to drop the bomb on the Southwest crew. Drop the bomb, drop the bomb. Now Southwest crew, now what you, oh, that go-go. Put me on the spotlight. Well, how did it go? Put me on the spotlight, y'all, and get me on the display. And then we hit it with, what was after that? Christmas rap. We had Christmas rap. We had Holy Ghost, Barkays. Your love is like a holy, I mean, all those hits of that fall. Curtis Blow, Christmas song. But I mean, it was just like, and I mean, not just Knee Deep. The disco version, man, the music, the fall of 79, I'll put up with any period. You give me any 3 more months or 4 months, I'll back those 4 months with any period of history of music. And I'm talking again, you know, we had 2 rap songs in there, and we still had funk going strong. And again, you had to be on the coast to love Drop the Bomb. If you wasn't on the coast, you might not have been hip to Drop the Bomb. But when that shit came out, that shit, oh, that shit. And, you know, when you hear that, you know, it's the drums like, but it's the type of drums that you hear in go-go. You know, them drums hitting, that shit is a certain vibe. It's definitely a certain vibe. Them motherfuckers hit them drums and shit. And, you know, them motherfuckers do. And, you know, it's funk, too, because it's horns and go-go, you know, Trouble had horns and shit too, so they hitting you them horns and they hitting them drums, you know. So that was Drop the Bomb was a great song. Shit, let's get small. What you gonna do? Let's get small. Can we get you higher? Let's get small. Let's get small. Oh, and all of them came to A&T. Parliament Funkadelic came in the year before I was there, but the rest of all them, you know, came through and shit. Like I said, I saw Rick James and Prince my freshman year. Rick James and Prince. And Prince got down, you know, he was soft and wet. Soft, you know, Soft and Wet was about a year old then, so can't think of whatever his second song was, but Soft and Wet, he was still playing that. But Rick was a motherfucker. Rick made you forget about Rick James. I mean, Rick made you forget about Prince. You saw Prince, it's like, oh, nice, dude. Shit, after you saw Rick James and that funk in his live show, yeah, Rick, before he became a cracked out, was all right. All right, well, 2 hours is good enough. Y'all seeing me blab? Definitely. Oh my man, and the dances and shit motherfuckers used to do. Yeah, it was a fun time. You know, like when you could still look at 40 years later and say, you know, that this was a fun time. You know, it was a fun time. I tell you one thing that the Southern niggas did that was really country. And like when you wear a suit coat, a lot of them niggas would wear the collar up. And if you remember right, there's a lining under that collar. So to be cool, you would only wear your collar up if you didn't have that lining. Them country's niggas didn't know better. They was wearing the collar up with that lining shit out, and I was like, wow. I must say, when I went to A&T, it was like I went to another planet. You know, I'm just YBI straight up, you know, I'm wearing all my shirts like this because that's YBI shit. And it's 1,000 degrees down there. I'm trying to wear my cowboy shit, and it's hot in the motherfucker. I couldn't dress the first couple months. But it was like the styles. The motherfuckers like was behind me. I'll say that. I will say that. It was like what them niggas was wearing, what they was into. That shit was like a season behind me. And of course, you know, it came to having bread and all that shit. But it was like, yeah, these niggas wasn't really cool as me. So, and it's still that way. Well, what does he say?
And every time I'm seen, I got to be clean.
Every time I'm seen, I've got to be clean.
Limousine, and every time I'm seen, I got to be clean.
I used to like take my son places with his little friends. He's like, damn, Dad, why you dressed like that? You like, you know, you making me and everybody embarrassed because you dressed up. Like, what? I'm just feeling good. You dress good, you feel good, you are good. Goddamn. Suspected serial killer appears in LA court. I think that's worth debauchery.
Here's one thing you need.
I don't need that, baby. I didn't hear about this. Oh, he killed some homeless people? Maybe. Let's check out this debauchery in LA. What is this shit? I think this is a nigga that's killing homeless. Let's see.
With a judge today, he's facing 4 counts of murder. Tonight I spoke with relatives of one of the victims off camera. They tell me they're seeking full justice.
Mr. Powell, you have a constitutional and statutory right to a speedy arraignment.
The suspect, wanted for killing 4 people over a 4-day span, made his first court appearance Monday wearing a bright yellow jail jumpsuit. It's Monday wearing a bright.
Oh, come on. Y'all on some bullshit. Everything ain't about him. Where's she at? Oh, okay. It clicks on it. Okay, fuck it. I can't.
A 4-day span, made his first court.
Ah. Hey, y'all know what I do here. What are we doing? She look goofy to me.
What are we doing?
It's a terrible weave. It's a terrible wig.
What are we doing?
What is ugly ass jewelry and shit? What are you doing, chick? What are you doing? Your whole outfit, and you a judge. You look ugly as hell. But let's go. You where all the pretty people live, and look at you.
Court appearance Monday wearing a bright yellow jail jumpsuit.
He wearing piss yellow, y'all. That's piss yellow. Let's go.
Mr. Powell, you will be held with no bail.
Jared Powell is charged with 4 counts of murder, residential robbery, and being a felon with a firearm. The 33-year-old is the alleged serial killer responsible for the murders of 3 homeless men across LA from November 26th to the 29th, including 62-year-old Mark Diggs, pictured here. Powell is also the prime suspect.
Why did he kill Powell? He was homeless.
In the follow-home robbery of Nicholas Simbalon, who was shot and killed in the garage of his San Dimas home last Tuesday. Security video captured the suspect at the crime scenes. Then Beverly Hills police stopped Powell's 2024 BMW in their city after his license plate was captured on a camera with an automatic plate reader. A gun found in the car was eventually linked to all 4 shootings.
Wait a minute now. This ain't no cheap car. A 20? This nigga said 2020. My in-law has this car. These ain't cheap. I mean, maybe he's renting it, but fuck. This car, so like, why does he need to kill people if he can afford to drive in this? See how that don't make a lot of sense? He's driving this, but you telling me he got to go break into people's houses. Maybe that's how he afforded this. I don't know. Goddamn.
The gun found in the car was eventually linked to all 4 shootings after Powell's arrest. KTLA legal analyst Allison Treasel.
Although privacy advocates are opposed to this new technology, the license plate readers, it is proving to be extremely effective in apprehending suspects.
A motive for all 4 killings remains a mystery. KTLA spoke with former FBI Special Agent Bobby Chacon. He says although Powell is charged with 4 homicides, it is likely he has killed before.
I'd be very surprised if the person that carried out these killings has not killed before. It seems like someone who was cool and calculated, very sick.
Okay, well, that's some debauchery. That's California debauchery. I caught my eye. I didn't know about him. They got a bunch of other stories about him. They when they apprehended the nigga, we got the nigga. The nigga's killing. I didn't know he killed men. He killed men. Goddamn. So, well, y'all, I'm gonna leave you with this thought. Sorry does not shine my shoes. This has been the Chocolate Mountain Show. I've been your main man.